Hello everyone. More than 95% of Indians consume milk at home every day. With so many nutrients, milk is generally considered as a very healthy food and a part of a balanced diet. But with so many varieties of milk available, are all the milk suited for you? Or should you be choosing one over the other depending on your health and fitness goals? And another thing is that, is there any difference between the wide-scale commercially available milk and the conventional milk available in the village got directly from the ones who have cow? Well, you'll get answers to all these questions if you watch this video till the end. Well, in this video, let's concentrate only on the most commonly used animal source of milk, that is milk obtained from cow, buffalo or goat, and will not touch upon the plant sources of milk, maybe like soya milk or almond milk. To begin with, let's talk about the most commonly used commercial milk packets. It may be Amul, Mother Dairy, Nandini, whatever it may be. Most of these brands have all these different varieties, that is full cream milk, toned milk, double toned milk, cow milk. And another thing which I noticed in Mother Dairy was what's called as fat-free milk. Now, before understanding each of these, you need to understand what is toning of milk. Firstly, let's touch upon the difference between cow milk and buffalo milk. Asia contributes more than 95% to world's buffalo milk production. Now, all the nutrients present in the milk are present in higher proportion in buffalo milk compared to cow milk. And that is why buffalo milk is preferred for the production of most of the milk products. Buffalo milk has higher proportion of solid components, superior whiteness, and obviously because of higher viscosity. Now this is the difference between the nutrients present in cow milk and buffalo milk. As you can see, buffalo milk has higher amount of fat. That is why it will give you higher amount of cholesterol and higher amount of calorie. Fat present in it is mainly saturated fat.
Oh no!
And this buffalo milk is little harsh on your digestive system, leading to bloating sensation and slower absorption. Now, for this very reason, buffalo milk is preferably avoided in young children and in elderly patients. Almost all the commercially available milk in the market is buffalo milk with maybe some amount of cow milk added to it, unless it is specifically mentioned that it is a cow milk, as in these cases. And the nutrient value which I showed for buffalo milk is almost same as you can see in case of full cream milk. So I mean to say, full cream milk will give you a lot of saturated fat, a high amount of calories and a lot of cholesterol. Hence, if you are health conscious and fitness conscious, you should definitely avoid drinking full cream milk. To overcome this limitation, buffalo milk is made thinner by adding skimmed milk to it. Now, what is skimmed milk? Skimmed milk is a milk from which the cream has been extracted. Now, when you add skimmed milk to buffalo milk, what happens is the fat concentration of that decreases, while the protein concentration remains the same, or rather because of concentration it becomes slightly higher. So if the fat concentration in buffalo milk, which is about 7%, is reduced to 3% by adding skimmed milk, this process is called as toning, and the milk you get is a toned milk. Now if this is taken to another level and the fat concentration is further reduced to 1.5%, then it becomes a double toned milk. So obviously double toned milk has a very minimal amount of saturated fat content, while the protein concentration becomes slightly higher than the full cream milk, hence making it very healthy in nature. Now on the outset, it looks very simple. Double toned milk is way more healthier compared to full cream milk and is also cost effective compared to full cream milk. Then why do people buy full cream milk?
कौन है ये लोग? कहां से आते हैं?
Well, the answer is buy full cream milk only if you plan to extract cream out of it and prepare butter or ghee yourself. If not, don't waste your money on full cream milk, because you're not just wasting your money, you're also spoiling your health by putting in a lot of saturated fat. Well, some companies take this to extreme extent and bring down the fat content to less than 0.5% to call it as fat-free milk. Well, there's nothing wrong in it. It becomes way more healthier, but only problem could be is that because of the low fat content, the taste gets compromised. Another type of commercially available milk is a Tetra Pak milk. Now usually milk has a shelf life of 1 to 2 days, that too if it is preserved properly. Now but to make it last long, milk is homogenized and it's stored in the form of Tetra Pak milk. So it goes without saying that consuming Tetra Pak milk is not at all recommended unless you have no other option at all and there's absolutely no access to the usual normal milk packets. What's A1 milk? What's A2 milk?
वो आप क्या बोल रहे हो वो समझ में नहीं आ रहा है वो क्या नीचे सबटाइटल भी नहीं है
Okay, let me explain. Milk has a type of protein called casein. Now this casein has two forms, A1 form and A2 form. Now these proteins vary in the way they are broken down by our body and metabolized. The A1 and A2 type of milk, obviously in addition to varying in the type of protein they have, they also vary in the other components, that is the lactose as well as the fatty acid. Now let's try to understand the source of this A1 as well as A2 milk. Cattle breeds can be divided into Indian domestic breeds and exotic foreign breeds. Now Indian breeds include Ger, Sahiwal, Red Sindhi, etc. Now these provide A2 type of milk, which is supreme in quality and has all the medicinal value of a milk which we have been hearing about. But only the problem is that the amount of milk, that is the quantity of milk produced by these cows, is way less compared to the exotic breeds. So what used to happen in olden days was that in those days milk was not really considered as a commercial product. Most of the houses had cows for them and the milk that is produced by the domestic breeds would be sufficient to take care of their needs. And as times passed, milk became a commercial product. Now when this happened, Indians slowly started realizing about the amount of milk output by the exotic foreign breeds or maybe cross between Indian breeds and exotic foreign breeds. Now these exotic foreign breeds like Jersey, Holstein Friesian or Brown Swiss, they are robust and give very high quantity of milk. But the downside is that the milk given by them is A1 type of milk, which is inferior in quality compared to A2 type of milk. Now, an additional thing is that A2 type of milk is even better in quality when it is obtained because of natural breeding in comparison to artificial insemination. But unfortunately, all the commercially available milk around us is A1 type of milk. It is to such an extreme that even if a packet of milk product shows Indian breed of cow in it, when you actually look for the source of the milk, all that you get is a disappointment. Okay, so what can we do about it? Is it okay to consume A1 milk or should we really try to get A2 milk? Now if you have an access to A2 milk, that is milk obtained from one of these desi breeds, that too without artificial insemination and because of natural breeding, then there is nothing like it. Just go for it. But if you can't get A2 milk, it is okay to consume A1 milk. Even though A1 milk is not as healthy as A2 milk, at least it's proven now that it is not harmful to the body as it was believed to be a few years back. So these were few points about one of the most commonly used product in our daily life. I have tried to cover briefly about a few of the important points, and it is definitely not possible to cover the entire thing in one video because it's a very vast topic. Do let me know if you want more on this topic, and meanwhile if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and for more health and wellness related videos, subscribe to this channel. Thank you.